Alright, I'm getting ready to head out to California for Maker Faire this weekend. I will be hanging out with my buddy Bob and Jimmy, my podcast mates. We will be posting our whereabouts on the social media, so come find us, say hello. That means I'm not going to have a project video this week, so instead, this morning on Facebook and Twitter, I asked you to ask me anything and I would quickly make a video. Here it is. How did you start out as a maker? What are some of your goals you have in this regard? I was a photographer getting some of my photos framed for an art show, and the custom framing was outrageous, and I thought, well, I could do this myself, and went out and bought a miter saw and realized there's a lot to it. But that was 4 years ago, and that's what really got me started. I got obsessed. Started watching the Wood Whisperer and Steve Ramsey, and here we are. As far as goals are tricky. I think the problem people have with goals is they have goals that are unattainable, and your goals need to be just out of reach and something you're always moving towards. But your happiness cannot come from completing those goals. What happens when you complete a goal? You're happy, you're super excited, you feel great, but then you set a new goal and you move on to the next one. So that happiness is real short. You need to find happiness in the process of getting to the goals. What are the meanings of the circle tattoos you have on the inside of your arms? Joseph. This one, that is a music quarter rest. That means do not play a music note for 1 quarter. I really love the look of it, and it's also a reminder that sometimes you just need to take a rest in life in general. Can't work all the time, can't always be worrying about things. So once in a while you need to rest. This other one, this is the aperture of a camera lens, as I am a photographer. I was a photographer way before I was a woodworker. So I have my music love on one arm, my photography love on another arm, and I have yet to get a woodworking tattoo. Haven't figured out where and what I want for that yet. Boom! Where did you study, and can you do what you do without a formal education? I went to a couple different colleges, not really important, but you know what? You don't need to go to college. Everything that I do, you can pick up and learn online. There are great places. There's like resources like lynda.com is a great way to learn software. It's a great way to learn social media, business tactics. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of business books. I also read a lot of like mental books to get over like hurdles and how to deal with things and stress of that nature. So yeah, you don't need college. Screw that. If you didn't have access to a shop for a considerable length of time, what skill would you work on to help your woodworking? That's pretty easy, and that's drawing. I would work on drawing and design. The more you draw, the better you get at drawing and the better you get at design. And it could be on paper or on computer. I highly suggest that you get your paper skills down because it's just easier to sketch out ideas, it's easier to scratch ideas, it's easier to manipulate lines, and then use the computer to refine your ideas. So draw, draw, draw if you can't get to a shop. This one is awesome. Who would win between you, Bob, and Jimmy in a cage match? Love this. Follow-up question, if you could bring one woodworking tool to the cage match, what would it be? Paul says, I'm going with Jimmy in this one. He would make something out of the cage itself to win. And then Bob, ice pick. Are you kidding me? This is awesome. Why does everyone who does this try to be funny? Good question, because I do not like woodworking videos that are funny. If you're trying to be funny and you're making jokes and you're cracking things and it takes you a long time to get to the actual meat of the video, I just don't like those videos. And even though I'm goofy in my wrap-ups and I'm doing crazy things, my project videos, they are very straightforward. There's no jokes, there's no funniness to them. They are to the point. I'm either showing you how I did something or I'm trying to teach you how to do something, and there is no funny. Yeah, just don't like funny woodworking videos. Did you design like a Sasquatch t-shirt yet? Not a t-shirt, but I'm working on a sticker. Do you still have my 18 gauge nailer? I think you do. I haven't seen it in a while. No biggie. And I do because I still need to put trim around my doors and windows in my office. Here it is, or casing. I guess that's not technically trim. But yeah, this has been sitting here for about a year. I think I've had your nailer for over a year. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Can you or have you done a video on your green screen lighting and the associated over-the-shoulder viewing of your edits? Well, I do them right here at my bench. Here's my normal wall. I have this green screen. Green on one side, and it's blue on the other side in case I'm wearing something green in there. I have two lights that point at the green screen on me, and then I have all these other lights mounted in the wall at me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, plus there's one way over there at me, so I'm lit pretty well. When I'm wearing a hat, I have this light down here to get up on my face. Up here, I have my iPad hanging from the ceiling with my show notes that I can flip through the pages on my phone using an app called Keynote. So all my notes are up there, the camera's right there, all the lights are up there. I'm standing here, green screen here. Boom. What is your favorite thing that you've built? And I think that is the coffee station that I just put out a couple weeks ago. Before that was this keyboard stand. There's not a video for that, but there are photos of it online. Do you like birds? Actually, I do not like birds. Those things freak me out. They fly. Flying ain't cool. Flying ain't natural unless you're a quadcopter, right? Plus, last summer, I was walking in the park, got attacked by a bird. He was flying and did this thing to my head. It was one of those black birds with the red wings. Don't like birds. Sorry, man. When we meet one day, are hugs okay? Of course hugs are okay. I'm a hugger. How would you make a piece dishwasher safe? Don't think I would.
Where will you be in 5 years, 20 years, and when will you retire? Well, I'm doing this thing that I absolutely love, so I'm hoping I never retire, right? When you find something that you really like doing, you don't retire from that, right? Why would you retire from something that you love?
Tyler asks, as a content creator and craft style seller, how many hours a week do you put into actual woodworking, and how many do you put into production efforts? I don't have exact numbers. I spend a half a day on Monday scripting and going through videos for the wrap up, and then on Tuesday I spend half the day editing the video. So there's an entire day right there. One day a week I have to go take care of my father and help him out with some things, and so there's 2 days gone right there. You know, like on Saturdays, my wife and I like to go out and do things and just spend time together. So that narrows down the actual time that I have for woodworking. And when I do woodworking, I do a lot of smaller projects that can be done in a day or 2 days, because it takes another 2 days to edit the video. So editing video for woodworking takes a lot more time than the actual woodworking, at least for the types of videos and the types of woodworking I do. I'm always trying to make the best woodworking videos that I can, so my editing is getting a little bit more fancy, and that makes it more fun for me. But it also means more time put into the production. Ever drink a beer you didn't like? Didn't you see the show that I did with Jay a couple weeks ago? Travis asks, how do you feel the new show format is working? Has it affected your views or subscribers? I don't think it's affected it too much. I just had a steady increase of subscribers over the past year. Since the new format, some people have left because the show is not for them. That's completely understandable. They just don't like the new aggressive style. They don't like the green screen stuff or whatever, and that's fine. There's plenty of YouTube videos for them to watch. There's YouTube videos for everybody, so you can find something that you like. And I'm not going to make videos that appeal to everybody. I'm going to make videos that are fun for me, and if you like them, then that's awesome. So there are changes coming to the show. There's lots more changes coming to the show. I have a new name, and I'm not going to announce that yet. Working on a new look and format. I mean, the format's going to stay the same, but we got some new segments coming, and we got some looks coming. Finding the right videos for the show is difficult, because I always want to show somebody new, but I also want to show the best videos from the past week. And so there's that weird balance. There's this little algorithm that I had to come up with in my brain to decide what gets on there and what doesn't. And so a lot of people are submitting their videos to me, and I can't show everybody, and you can't can't use the show to springboard your channel into popularity. It doesn't work that way, actually. I mean, I'll show somebody new and you get a new, they'll get us some subscribers, but it doesn't mean their channel is instantly popular. I don't have that kind of power. I'm going to show what I think are the best, most creative and awesome videos from the past week. How do you manage all the social media networks? Do not automate it. Do not post on one thing that posts everywhere. You have to treat each one separate. Sometimes a Facebook post needs to be written one way. Sometimes a Twitter post needs to be written another way. Sometimes a photo only belongs on Twitter. Sometimes it only belongs on Instagram or Pinterest or Tumblr. Do not do the automation thing. You have to talk to each one separate. With your shop being in the basement, have you ever had problems with moisture affecting your projects, warping drying time? Not really. We have a dehumidifier running 24/7, and we also have fans going. So we do get moisture in our basement, but we do everything we can to keep the moisture out. Boxers or briefs? I wear boxer briefs. What do you want to be when you grow up? I don't want to grow up. Were you thinking of changing the Drunken Woodworker to something else? Did you change your mind? Yes, I went through a lot of debates. As I started to gain popularity, I wanted to be taken seriously, and I was really thinking that being the Drunken Woodworker is not the way to go. Some people will not get the joke. And for a while I didn't want to be a joke. I wanted to be taken serious. But some people talked me into staying, and that's what I'm sticking with it. If you think I'm making fun of alcoholism, you're dead wrong. If you think I'm not safe, you're dead wrong. So here I am. I'm stuck with this silly name. Gonna stick it out. It got me to where I am, so Favorite beer? Brooklyn Brown. Are you ever going to tackle that front porch project? I'm not sure what that project is, but there are 2 people working on building our deck right now, and they're just about finished. So yes, I guess so. In celebration of Top Gun Day, what is your favorite quote? I don't have a favorite quote, but I do have a favorite song from the movie Highway to the Danger Zone. What was the first power tool you bought? First tool was a miter saw. I still have it, but I don't use it anymore.
Do you regret publicly asking questions? No, I think it's fun. You guys crack me up.